Hey everybody, Justice for Comics is going live on my YouTube channel. I know some of you follow me on Instagram. Head on over to my YouTube channel, Justice for Comics. Join me in the chat, and then let's talk comics. I will see all of you very shortly. Bye, everybody. Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. What's going on? It's Thursday night. It's time for the Thursday night comic live stream. Counting down the last 30 days or so of living in this house. So very shortly in the month of June, I will be doing live streams for my new comic book room. So no more live streams from the closet, no more live streams from the kitchen table, no more live streams outside. Well, I might do one outside once in a while. You never know, especially if I've got a nice little area, um, or I can smoke a cigar and talk comics. So I might still do live streams outside, but for the most part, they will be in my specific office, my comic book room. I'll have comics all in the back, displayed, art, posters, all kinds of cool stuff. Um, Maybe a figure or two. Who knows? There'll be several things to look at in the background. Cheers, everyone. This is my old lives matter cup, my little drinking glass. Drinking some Buffalo Trace bourbon tonight. So we got some things to talk about. Some comics. I've got some comic books to show. I haven't done that in a while. I missed last week. Just had so much going on. In fact, probably the end of May, first week or two of June, I'm going to be a little preoccupied. So I probably won't be doing near as many live streams, just because I'll be moving and just all that logistic stuff. So we'll get back to it. When I get back to it hardcore, it'll be from my comic book room. I'll start getting some artists on the show again. I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, so we'll try to do some cool things. I might do a show too where I do some drawings. Then I might do a giveaway. Maybe I'll do a giveaway of a Justice for Comics original drawing, and hopefully it will be good. It won't be. I'm a lot I'm a lot better artist than most of these people that do YouTube channels. So I'm not saying I could make a living doing it. Certainly, I'm not saying that, but yeah, it'd be kind of fun to do that. All right, let's take a look at a few things here. I'm going to share my screen. I think I have it on eBay at the moment. I was looking at Edge of Spider-Verse. That book is coming out. Issue 3 is coming out. There was an exclusive the other day done by Nicoletta Bellardi. I mentioned that briefly on my Wednesday live stream. And I also posted on Instagram. Hopefully, you guys make sure that you follow me on Instagram because I posted about it a day in advance. And if you were able to get a copy for $40, it's basically a $90 book now, $90 to $100. So it's definitely gone up in price. I definitely think it's one of the better variants out there. Spider-Verse number 3, Edge of Spider-Verse. So there it is. There's a 9/8 new listing for $250. There's a 1 in 100 listed for $250 by Ramos. There's a 1 in 200. I think the orders on this book, first of all, FOC on this is not until the 15th of May. So there's a bunch of shops probably starting to order on this because everyone knows it's going to be the Spider-Boy origin story. So it is going to be a key book. And of course, the print run on that is going to be high. So I was going to buy the 1 in 200. I decided to not buy it for a couple reasons. The print run is just going to be too high on this, so I do think that that 1 in 200. I mean, there's some shops at Golden Apple, of course, is asking crazy money, $440 for it. There's a listing right here on eBay for 300. There's another one for 485. And the other reason I don't like it is it's a Bagley cover. I'm not a Bagley fan. I'm not saying he's not a good artist. It's just that art style does not appeal to me. So, um, yeah, I'm just not a big Bagley fan. Not my cup of tea. So when I found out he was going to be the artist, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. I thought it might have been a different artist, but I'm sure the Ramos cover will be nice, the 1 in 100. But again, I would not buy these in pre-order. I definitely would not be paying way over ratio price. Guys, a lot of people are going to order heavy on this book. A lot of shops are going to order heavy because they know there's going to be increased buying due to it being the origin story of Spider Boy, which happens to be at the moment probably the hottest character in the Marvel universe. I have not read my copy of Spider Amazing. Was it Spider-Man number? I have a copy. I think I have it. No, I don't. I didn't bring. Yeah, I did. I did bring it. Spider-Man number 7, spoiler variant. I do have a copy of this. I got it for $3.99. I paid cover price. Only got one copy though. This was through Third Eye Comics. I think the day or two after I heard about this, I thought, ah, shit. It was already like $15 on eBay, and I probably should have bought one off eBay too. But I got this for $3.99 plus I had combined shipping, so I really don't pay shipping costs because I buy a ton of books from them. So basically, got it for $3.99. It's a nice cover. It's definitely, I guess, it's one of the hottest books going. I mean, congratulations to anyone who. I mean, it's not, and believe me, there was fair warning on this. There was at least a week or two advance notice that there was something special coming with this book. Don Slott talked about it and said, "Hey, you may want to order extra copies." You know, there was advanced warning that there was potentially a key with this book. I ignored it. I don't really like Dan Slott though, so that's probably why I ignored it. But what are you gonna do? It's what's it going for now on eBay? I haven't even looked recently. Spider-Man number 7. Spoiler. Yeah, people are asking $40. There's a couple different covers, but I think the spoiler, obviously they want the first cover appearance. That's going to be going for the most money. Yeah, $35 to $40 seems to be the asking price right now on eBay. You've got a second print out there as well. Remember, this is first full appearance. This is not cameo. I mean, for a week there were people arguing about whether it was a first appearance or not. Guys, I'm going to comment once about this. I've commented about it before. If a character's first appearance has to have a couple things. It has to show the character not in the shadows, but a full panel of the character, right? Full in costume, and they mentioned the name of the character. That's a first full appearance, okay? And especially if the character is in multiple panels, which in this case with Spider-Man number 7, he is in multiple panels, and he's on the cover of the C cover, the spoiler cover. So that is the book to get first cover appearance and first full. Okay, it's first full appearance. To me, full appearance means more than one panel. That's it. It doesn't mean he has to be in every panel in the damn book. I don't know why people think that has to be the case. That's not the case at all. I will argue with anybody that Hulk 180 is the first appearance of Wolverine. It is. not 181. First full appearance of Wolverine is in 180. He's in multiple panels. He's mentioned by name. It's a first full appearance. 181 is second appearance of Wolverine. Sorry. I know CGC labels says otherwise, but it's incorrect. So if anybody says what's the first full appearance of, or what's the first appearance of Wolverine, it's always 180. It always has been 180. It's never been 181. I don't know why people are fixated on 181. 181 has a great cover, and that's why the book, is popular. But it's not the first appearance of Wolverine. It just is. It isn't. It's a second appearance, and I'm sure there will always be people debating this, probably until the end of the comic book industry, which may be very shortly. Who knows? um, that's just my opinion on it. I don't think it's debatable. But of course, people will always debate you on it because people like to argue. What can I tell you? Let's check the chat out here. We got a couple people watching GTK Comic. We got Luis Ramirez, of course, and Kenneth Bird. Good to see all three of you here. So we're talking about Spider-Boy's first appearance. Edge of Spider-Verse, again, is going to be the first, the origin story of Spider-Boy. And the print run is going to be high, guys. The print run is going to be very high. Remember, this is still available for FOC order. So there is the final order cutoff is not till the 15th of May. It's going to be very, very heavily ordered, very, very heavily printed. That's why I liked that Belardi variant, because the print run is only 600 and it comes with a COA. I think it's a numbered COA. So you've got some people out there in the comic book community that, of course, love to tell you that print runs are much, much higher, especially on exclusives. I don't know. With a numbered COA, I don't know how it can be. Yes, there could be prints out there that were done illegally. I don't know. I mean, especially with independent comics, I definitely think that you need to be very careful when you buy an independent comic. But Marvel and DC, they don't tend to play game. They don't have time to play games. They're dealing with there's so many moving parts to their business. They're not really involved in shenanigans. They kind of screw over retailers. I think that's where they really create a lot of ire in the comic book community, is kind of the screw over of of a lot of the shops and things like that, with a lot of the games they play with incentives and things like that. I was speaking with or corresponding back and forth with a follower of mine, and he's a big fan of Belardi's art. I do like this cover. I definitely think it's by far the best cover of the Edge of Spider-Verse covers. It's one of the reasons I don't like I don't want to order heavy on the Ramos or the Bagley. I don't think it's going to be near as good as that cover, anyways. But if you go to Instagram, and we're going to look up. Oh, there she is. Nicoletta. By the way, that's my wife's middle name, is Nicoletta Belardi. She's a cute looking girl. And she definitely has a distinctive style to her art. Here's Amazing Spider-Man number 31. I like that cover. I just like it. It's playful. It's very well designed. The coloring is great. I like it. I like her art. I think it's very, very good. By the way, this cover, to my knowledge, this cover is not out. I think this was a Frankie's Comics exclusive, maybe. So right here it says, Frankie's Comics says, "Thank you for the great art." And she says, "Thank you too." But this book was never published, guys. I looked on eBay. I did an extensive Google search. There's a couple places where this image is shown. There's one website and of course the Instagram here of Nicoletta. But this comic book cover has not been issued. It never showed up on Midtown. I don't. If this was supposedly a Frankie's exclusive, Frankie's went out of business. Frankie's Comics. They are now defunct. They are closed and in bankruptcy, and probably going through the court systems. And unfortunately, this comic book cover never made the light of day. It's a shame. It's kind of cool. I like the Doctor Doom in the background. You got the Black Cat there. Miles Morales. This is a Miles Morales cover. I think it was supposed to be for Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1. And to my knowledge, I'm assuming it was supposed to be a store variant because Frankie obviously paid her to do the cover. She did the cover, and it was never released because Frankie's Comics went out of business. So I've not seen any copies listed on eBay. I've looked everywhere. I've not seen anybody trying to sell it. So to my knowledge, this cover does not exist. That's a shame. I don't even think it ever went to the printer. Who knows? Maybe Frankie's Comics printed them all and they're hoarding them and they're going to release them into the comic book world down the road. I don't know. But to my knowledge, this comic book does not exist. It's a cool cover though. I like it. So her art style is really, really good. I like that cover with Doom on there. Obviously, this one is printed, is being printed. Most of us should get it in another week or so. When this releases. This just went on sale this past Wednesday at 5 p.m. It's sold out. The U.S. shop sold out in about a half hour to 45 minutes. It's sold out. There were some copies still at 789 Comics. Mutant Beaver and Sad Lemon had a small allocation, and I think they sold out the following day. So that book is sold out, and if you want a copy now, you'll have to go to eBay, and the prices are certainly more than $40 at the moment. Here's another playful cover, Fantastic Four, Annual number 6. Very cool. Yeah, I like her style. I think it's good. So she does have some covers out there. I don't know if this one exists. Cover of X-Men 101. I don't know about that one, but yeah, it's cool. I like her style. I like different types of art style. I like Rose Besch art. I think she's really has dynamic art. I really like this chick as well. I think she's really, really good. First of all, don't be offended if I said chick. It's just the way I talk. I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. I'm just an old man. I'm an old man. But it's pretty cool to go through her Instagram and see some of the stuff that she's done already. Now, see, this is what bothers me. This looks like the comic book. That is a physical comic book right there. So it must have been printed. But I've not seen it for sale anywhere else. So maybe if this exists, maybe Nicoletta is the only one that has it. So if you really want this cover, she probably has an allocation of 5. I think that's what they do, right? When an artist does a cover, they usually give them about 5 copies. So maybe this only exists in the hands of Nicoletta Bellardi. I don't know. I've not seen it for sale anywhere else. If it was, I would have already bought a copy. Maybe I can send her a message saying, "Hey, I'll buy your copy for you, from you. I'll pay you more than cover price." But again, I have to correct myself. I said I don't even think this made the printer. Obviously, they at least printed a couple copies for her because there's her copy. But I'm telling you, I've not seen it anywhere else. I've not seen a photo of this book anywhere else. Not on eBay, not on Google, anywhere. So if anybody finds out more information on this, please let us know. You can attach a comment or a post to my Instagram. That'd be great. Let me know if you guys find it out there in the wild. I've not seen a copy anywhere, and I'm pretty resourceful. Usually I can find something, but I just dig her art. I think it's really good. Great style. And I think you're going to see her get very, very popular. That's my prediction. Maybe I'll reach out to her and see if she'll do an interview with me. You never know. Maybe she'll be one of my first people I interview in my new comic book room. There's Manny, the comic book collector. Good to see you, Manny. All right, so there's that book. Let me show a couple books here I got in the mail. I got some of these recently. This one I got a couple weeks ago. I think I may have highlighted this already. Maybe, I don't know. Not nice Jenny Frison cover. Sandman Universe, The Glass House. Just a cool cover. That is the one. I think it's a 1 in 100. Still sells, I think, on eBay for about 175 range. I think I paid around 100 for that book, so I think I'm still up on it, which is good. World Tree #1. This is the Jenny Frison. That was the Sanctum Sanctorum black and white with color splash variant. They had that for sale on their website for a little while, and then there's the 1 in 10. I got a couple copies of that. The 1 in 10 cover, regular cover that she did. Again, World Tree #1. This is the Oshi Red variant. Just thought that was a cool looking cover. I like it. By the way, the story was really good. I read it. I liked it. I thought it was very, very good. I definitely think this is going to be a hit for Tynion. No doubt about it. I could see it getting optioned and picked up, and yeah, I could see that happening. So hopefully you bought. I don't think this is the. I think this is just the regular corrected version. I know there's a recalled variant, or there's a recall of the A cover. I don't think this is the recall. It's hard to tell. I guess this one looks too good. I think the recall, the ink is kind of faded. I think that's the difference. So I don't have the recall variant, the recall copy, but that's okay. All right, this was a book that I highlighted. I kind of overpaid. A Lamentation #1. This is a new Colin Bunn horror book from Oni Press. That's the secret variant. Midtown had this for sale. I paid like $67 for it. I way overpaid. I think I could buy it on eBay right now for about 20 bucks. So once in a while, you pull the trigger too soon, you make a mistake. That's definitely a big mistake that I made buying this, but oh well. What are you going to do? And then there's the black and white. I think it was a 1 in 20 variant. The black and white by Kyle Holtz. I love that cover. Awesome detail. I haven't read it yet, but it sounds interesting. I like Colin Bunn's writing, so that should be good. All right. I got some of these. I'm going to have all of these eventually up on my wall to display, but I've been collecting the black and white Disney variants. So I think that was the first one that came out. Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was number 17, maybe 15 or 17. The 1 in 100. There's the Avengers homage. There is the Fantastic Four homage. I think that might be ASM 19. I think it's 19. I could be wrong, but I think it's 19. And then you've got the Hulk homage. I think that one is 21. ASM 21, the 1 in 100 Disney variant. Happened to get 2 of those. I guess I ordered an extra copy and didn't realize it. And then I just got this one in the mail today. This is the Infinity Gauntlet homage. And I think that was 23, ASM 23. So yeah, I love those Disney covers. They're going to look nice on the wall behind me eventually when I get my comic book room set up. That'll be one of the things I'm going to do is every time I do a live stream, I'll have different books behind me up on the wall so we can discuss them. You know, some of them will be a theme. Who knows? we'll play around with it and see if anybody likes doing that. Um, this was one that I forgot I ordered. This was Godfell #1, Vault Comics, the Tula Lote 1 in 50 variant. It hasn't. I mean, there's 3 copies on eBay. You can easily buy it for about ratio, so like $45 plus shipping. So it's not. It hasn't exploded in value, but you never know if this gets optioned. I can't imagine there's a lot of shops that ordered 50 copies to get one of these variants from a Vault comic. So yeah, I like the cover. It's a Tula Lote cover. I think her art's amazing. And down the road, who knows? Maybe this will be worth money because the print run on this can't be very high, uh, with 1 in 50 ratio on that book. A couple more, yeah, a couple more World Tree ones. This is the 1 in 75 Peach Momoko cover. This was very, very. I think this came out right before FOC, so there's a lot of people that didn't know about this book. Hence, if you go to eBay, I think it still sells for pretty decent. Let me see. Let's take a look, shall we? See what it goes for. Could be wrong. I might be behind on this. 175. Yeah, I guess I am right, man. 150 people are asking $150. So I'm only seeing 2 copies for sale right now on eBay. One for 150 and one for 144. So I paid $75. I'm pretty happy with that purchase. World Tree Peach Momoko cover, selling for about double what I paid, so that's cool. That's nice. Here's another one. This is the 1 in 100. That's the Bueno cover. Homage to Nice House on the Lake. Just a cool cover. I don't know. A 1 in 100. I don't think that book's going for more than ratio, though. Let's see. I think you can still get it around $100, maybe a little less. Yeah. There's one for 110. Couple copies for sale. Looks around 100, a little bit over $100. All right. Not too bad. So that's looking pretty good. World Tree looks pretty good right now. Star Wars fans, I've got a couple books here. Ewoks. That's the 1 in 100 by Ryan Brown. I'm a big Ryan Brown fan. He was the first artist I interviewed on my channel, by the way, was Ryan Brown. Very, very cool guy, and he continues to pump out some awesome art. I like that cover. And then here's another Ryan Brown cover. This is Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Jabba's Palace. This is the 1 in 100, which I think this sells for around $175 to $200 range right now on the eBay. Just a cool cover. Who doesn't like a big fat picture of Jabba the Hutt? And I left another book here. This is the last book I'm going to show for the evening. And I think it's pretty cool. This is the Spawn 303 foil, Mexican foil variant by Cale No. I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but try to angle it so you can kind of see. Just a really, really cool cover. The original of this was a Singapore variant that I remember seeing. I probably could have bought one. If I remember right, I remember seeing one on eBay for about $300 to $400. Probably should have bought it because graded in 9.8, that goes for like, I think over $1,500 now. So, hey, one thing I like about these Mexican and Spanish variants, the Italian variants, whatever they are, is it allows you to own the art in a comic book form without having to spend crazy money on the original. So, and they do go up in value. I remember that Delato, that ASM Delato cover That is one of the most expensive modern books, the original. Even the Mexican variant goes for crazy money now. And I remember I could have bought it for like $100, and I didn't. I kicked myself for not buying it, and now it's 500 to $1,000 range, easily. So yeah, it's a cool way to own some cool covers is to buy those Mexican variants. Um, and this one's cool because it's foil, so it is a little different. And it is in a bag. It's kind of in a poly bag. I left it the way it is. I've not taken it out of the poly bag. I don't know. Maybe I will down the road. It doesn't. People say, "Oh, I'm not going to take it out of the poly bag." It doesn't matter. I mean, people don't care. I remember Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. They were all in poly bags. I took mine out. You know, no one left their Miles Morales in a poly bag. They were all removed from the poly bag and then graded. So you're not gonna grade a book with a poly bag on it. So don't worry about the poly bags. I'll probably take that poly bag off eventually because I do want to. I think it kind of hinders looking at the art having that extra poly bag over it. It's pretty clear, but I kind of want to see more of the effects of the foil. But man, that cover is just awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite Kale No covers. I think that's his best work to date, in my opinion. Manny says yes. The Venom #3 Mexican foil, Ultimate Fallout 4 Mexican foil. Yes, those are definitely going for money. Ultimate Fallout 4. I think I have 2 copies of that Mexican. Yeah, let me type in Mexican variants. Let's see. Yeah, 225. There's a copy for 225. That might be the only copy for sale. I don't think there's a Turkish edition of the variant. I know they've got facsimiles, of course. There's a bunch of facsimiles out there. Yeah, there's one sealed in a poly bag for $6.50. Yeah. Remember that book that Clayton Crane won? Is that still paying money for that? Let me see. Clayton Crane one. The acetate. I remember, man, everyone was talking about that for a solid month. The acetate cover. People still asking $300. I flipped that real quick. I got one for like $180. I sold it for like 200 and something. I don't know. I think I made like a quick $100 on it. I didn't know what was going to happen with it. But there it is. It's still there's still somebody asking for a 10.0, $4,000. Now, of course, CGC will not grade these anymore. So that 10.0 might be a very rare collectible just because they're not going to grade any more of those. And of course, at this point, CGC has admitted that they shouldn't have graded it. So it kind of makes that book kind of an interesting collectible. Yeah. There weren't too many of those graded. Here's one that was graded at a 9.9, asking $1,299. Yeah, they got the green label. They got a green label on that one. Qualified grade. Yeah, see, that's what happened. There were a few in the very beginning that avoided that qualified grade. So that's probably why that guy's asking $4,000. Oh, does it say qualified on there? Oh, it does. Okay. Yep. So they will grade the book, but they will qualify it, saying, "In God We Trust, acetate artist cover attached with two staples after manufacturing. So yeah, they gave it a green label, but supposedly there is a blue label graded book out there because I remember seeing a photo of it. So I think there was a listing that sold on eBay. So there are people that have blue labels of that book, which I think is very interesting. I don't know. Maybe long term that could be something. I don't know. It's hard to say what will happen. Manny says Ultimate Fallout number 4 acetate sold for $185 raw on 4/20 of 2023, and a 9.9 CGC sold for $180 on 4/23. Wow. Wow. So that came down. That came back down to earth, didn't it? I think everyone kind of got over that one real quick. They're like, yeah, there's nothing to see here. Oh yeah. So the latest one that I don't have yet is that Frizzen Mexican one. What was that? The Sandman universe. Nightmare Country. Number 1. Frizzen foil. I think you gotta type in foil maybe. Yeah, the foil con. There's one for $90. It's a great cover. I think it's by far probably Frizzen's best cover, or at least one of them. Probably one of I'd say in the top 5 best covers by Frizzen of all time. And it's definitely not affected the original 1 in 100 just because that book is so rare. Yeah, I mean, there's one right there, $400, graded 9.8, 500. That doesn't seem right. It's not a 1 in 50. It's a 1 in 100. But obviously, if you like the cover and you want to get it cheaper than paying $300 or $400, your best bet is either the Mexican variant or the Mexican foil. That's probably your best bet if you want to own that cover. But I love it. It's one of my favorite covers. Frizzen just does some amazing work. I think in the next month or two, I will be getting my Lady Death Frizzen covers. So I can't wait to get those in hand and show those off. I may actually get them graded. I'm probably going to get those graded. In fact, that might be one that if she does a signing with CGC, I might just pay the extra money to get them CGC and signed by Frizzen. I think that would be worth doing. But as far as I know, I've not heard of anybody selling them on eBay yet. Let me just take a look. Man, I could be wrong about that. See if there's anybody that's put a listing out there. Nope. No listings yet. So people are probably going to wait until it's in hand. Then you might see one or two show up on eBay. You won't see my copies show up. I won't be selling mine, I can tell you that much. That will probably be one of the rarest Frizzen books because there's only going to be 90 of those in existence. That's pretty low. So might be definitely one of the lowest print run Frizzen covers. So that's kind of what I had for you guys tonight. I wasn't going to spend too much time on here. I wanted to show off those books. There's one here. I don't think I should. I don't know if I showed this one. Here's my Adam Hughes Wonder Woman number 184. That's the Adam Hughes cover. Got a really good deal. There was a seller on Instagram that was selling it, and I just got a really good deal on that, so I couldn't pass it up. And I always kind of wanted that book, but that book was always really expensive. I paid way under $100 for it. And that book, I've seen that book sell, $200 to $250 raw for that book. So to get it below 100 was a great deal. So that's what I had for you guys. Hope everyone's having a good week. I will have more content coming. Definitely my comic book room. When I get that all set up, it'll be awesome. I'll have comic books behind me, all CGC graded, raw books. I'll have posters up on the wall, original art. I'll have some really cool stuff. And then I'll start doing more live streams from my office, and I might do some live streams where I do some drawing, and I might do some giveaways. So not just maybe giving away a drawing, but I might give away a comic book or two with those drawings. So I will let you know about that in the future. Probably in the month of June, I'll be planning that. So mid-June is when I should be in the new place. So hopefully everybody will be with me at that point. And in the meantime, I'll still be posting on Instagram. I will be doing a review of the Hot 10 list this weekend for CBSI. So check that out. I'll have that posted probably on Saturday. I should have some time on Saturday to shoot that. All right, guys, have a great evening. I will all see you soon, and have a good one. Go buy your comics.